Hello, I'm Nehme Darwiche. I'm one of the co-founder of Water Group, which manages and owns Beiruti restaurant and also Yokoso sushi. Like every restaurant operator, when we wanted to start also with a very good plan. We were entering a new market and we did not know what parts of our menu would function and what parts would not function. So we knew actually that we had to do menu engineering, where we measure popularity against profitability. And to be able to do this, we were looking for a solution. And I remember sitting down on my desk and Googling actually the word menu engineering softwares, and Epicbase kept on popping up on many lists. Epicbase is not one solution, but it actually solves a couple of problems. First, we needed purchasing software. So we needed somewhere where we could actually stay in contact with our suppliers, stay overall in control of the prices, of the receiving, and also make sure that the second problem was that we needed to make sure that we have the right inventories, that we're not ordering too much, that we're not keeping too much money in the basement or in our stores. And the third solution was actually to be able to pull out all the information from our POSs and to actually also be able to create this virtual inventory. And to be able to do the three things together, what made Epicbase stood up is that actually it is providing all the solutions and it's user-friendly. So we chose Apicbase. So what we do is we use the purchasing model. It's very important for us. It's per outlet. I recommend this to everyone, of course, because you get to list your suppliers. You get to actually compare your suppliers. We also use the inventory to do a physical count, compare it to what is on Apicbase. My favorite, to be honest with you, is we love consistency. And to be able to grow, we had to use standardized recipes. Now, of course, anybody around the world can say, I can make an Excel sheet and make a standardized recipe. My answer to you is, of course you can. But then we have an edge over you because we have all the solution compact in one. We also have the integration with the POS that we use, Lightspeed. And what happens is you buy the goods, they stay in a virtual inventory, then Lightspeed gives an order and pulls out from this virtual inventory. And I think that this is very important because it led to the solution that we've been looking for. At the end of the day, we want to put all our menu into 4 quadrants. So it's like a graph of 4. We want to look at profitability and we want to look at popularity. If something is very popular and it sells a lot and it has high profitability, it's a star. And Epicbase can give us that. It can say this item is a star. Why? Because Epicbase is connecting to everybody and it's pulling all the information that you need. I call it a collaborative software because I feel it's collaborating with me. And I think that if you manage a restaurant or whatever you manage of any size, anything that has to do with food and beverage business, you want to do it right because we work in a competitive environment. And if you are in your head trying or thinking of growing, then this is a must. It's no longer a nice to have. It's a must that you can grow because without it, you're going to be probably very good. The thing that I appreciate the most is it gives an edge to our supervisors, assistant manager, and manager when it comes to ordering. So our stocks are always kept between a minimum and a maximum parcel that's preset inside Apicbase, which helps us a lot. Why? Because we don't have to make irrational decisions. We actually make very rational, very calculated decisions. We know exactly how many bags of potato we should order. We know exactly how many kilograms of meat we should order for a Tuesday, for a Wednesday, for a Monday, for a public holiday, and for on. To maintain our inventory in a way that it's healthy for us, that we will never run out, but also we will never have an excess of stock that is truly unnecessary. So I really love this, that I can trust it. It will always be on, it will always be working, and if there's something wrong, there's a group of people that are always ready to jump in and get it right. The second thing that I like about it is that it's truly a system. It fulfills the needs that we have from every corner, and it gives me at the end a set of information that I can make decisions on to actually make our business better and make it more profitable and be able to grow. The third thing that I like is that it actually connects. You know, it's very nice to have a great computer, but if you cannot connect to the internet, it has limited use. But in Epicbase, you have a great software, and it really serves the purpose of why it's created, but at the same time, it actually it can connect. You know, whatever POS you're gonna go out there, that is one of the prime POSs, it's gonna connect to it. It also connects to a great reporting tool called Tenzo, and I think that that's great. I believe that growth is a natural thing that should happen to every business. It can happen by multiplying location, it can happen by making your one location better. But within that word growth or that word progress, I think you should always ask for help. And you need to ask help from professionals. If I have a tooth problem, I'll probably go to a dentist. I'm not gonna go to a brain surgeon. And the thing with Apicbase is I believe that it's a must whenever you choose to grow. And as I said, probably it's not a choice, it's a human nature that you are gonna grow. So it's an elementary, most important part. Now for us, it is a must. Why? Because we're going to multiple locations, we're going to recruit a lot of new people. We like to stay consistent when we give the experience to our guests, and we like to stay consistent with the way that we do business. So it's very important for us also the inventory and our suppliers. And as I said, without menu engineering, in a world that is so competitive, I think that people that don't use this tool, really they have no edge. And that is why this is truly important.